Hi, it's Rachel with Mary, and today she and I are going to work on heeling. This is something that goes right along with the loose leash manners that we've worked on previously, and however it is a bit more controlled. So with the loose leash walking that we teach, you hold on to the end of the leash so she has the entire length of the leash to explore and check things out on your walk. However, heeling is much more controlled and it's right by your side. Heeling is really useful to get more control over her and to command more of her attention. A lot of times dogs get super distracted, they're looking around a lot on a walk, but if you need their attention on you to distract them or prevent them from seeing something else, heeling is good because they need to be much more aware of you. And also, it's really helpful just to have more control over her, especially since she is a bigger dog. If you're walking on a crowded sidewalk and see, people or other dogs coming up, putting her in a heel will have her closer to you, have more control. Also, like something going to the vet or Petco where there are a lot of other dogs around and you don't know how they'll react, it helps to have her a little closer by. So we worked on kind of heeling basics a little bit with her and Sam yesterday, which is sitting when stopping. But now that I'm going to work with them one-on-one with this, it'll be a little bit easier to control that. And also I'm going to be a little bit more picky of how and where she sits. And I also want her to walk nice and close to me. So to start out, I'm going to bring her around. Usually we have dogs on the left side for heeling, and that's just kind of the standard. And what's really important, these choke collars are great. I've removed her flat collar so that it doesn't get in the way. And for heeling on the left side, it's really important that this collar is put on correctly so that it releases properly. You can see, as I hold one loop solid and pull the other one, it releases very easily. So, an easy way to remember this is it makes the letter P. So, Mary, come here. Mary, sit. Sit. Mary. Sit. Good girl. So, if Mary is facing you like this and you're going to put the collar on, it should look like a P from your perspective as you put it over her head. So, P for pet, because she is your pet. And that way, with her walking on your left side, it's at the right angle to properly release like we need it to. That way you can offer quick corrections, and as soon as she corrects her behavior, the feeling goes away, so she won't feel the collar tighten around her neck anymore after that. Okay, since Mary is in such a pretty sit, I'm going to turn around and we're going to start our heeling from here. Heeling is a moving command, so as you step forward, you can slap your leg and say heel, or give a little jerk on the collar. Just so that she's more aware of you. So I'm going to start her out like that. Mary, sit. Good sit. Good girl. So this is exactly how she should sit, ideally, every time we stop in a heel. And since she'll be walking super close to me like this, hopefully that'll be nice and easy. So, I'm going to have the treat handy just in case. Sit, Mary. Sit. Good girl. And here we go. I'll bait with the treat if necessary. Since these are big dogs, and both Sam and Mary have a pretty high food drive, make sure you watch your fingers so they don't accidentally snap them. So here we go. Mary, heel. 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 Sit. Good heel, Mary. Good girl. Good heel. That was really great. She was walking very nicely on the leash. There were only a couple times that I kind of had to redirect her when she smelled something on the ground and kind of wanted to go behind me. So you can see how calm and controlled the heel is versus loose leash walking where we let her have all of this space. Now, she's not super great at the sit yet when we stop, but practice will help with that a lot. So with her, it's important that you make her sit right away. I tell her to sit, I use the treat to bait up, and then I also give her a pop on her collar. So she's getting lots of cues that's telling her to sit, and hopefully that will help her pick it up faster, and she'll see that she's supposed to do it every time that we stop. But she did a very good job. Okay, so we're going to continue to practice. If you notice when I did like a right turn or an about turn, I would kind of give her a quick pop since she has to move a little bit faster to keep up with me around those. That's just to encourage her and to get her pace up. Now, when we do a left turn, that's a little bit different. I'm turning into her, and if she was walking up like this and I try to turn left, I'm turning right into her there. And so what we do in order to avoid that and also to make her more conscious and respectful of our space is you just kind of lift up your left knee as you turn left. So lift up your knee as you turn. It's not to knee her in her head or neck or anything like that. It's just to give you a little bit better angle and to push her head to the side. That way, by moving her head, it controls the rest of her body, and it's a little bit easier for her to turn away. Also, what you can do is if she's kind of walking into you too much, every time she touches you, tell her no. So that she respects your space and she has to pay attention to you, even if you are going to turn left and turn into her. And that will make healing a lot easier in the long run. And especially in situations where she might get super excited or super worked up, anything like that. Come here. Sit. Good. Sit. Heel. Heel. No. Heel. 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 Sit. Good heel. Good girl, Mary. Good job. Okay, that was our best sit yet, so that's really good. She's getting it a little bit better. You can see adding sit, using the treat, and giving her a pop on the collar helps her to get it a little bit more quickly. Now, she seems to kind of drop her head whenever we start walking. She's not quite sniffing the ground, but she's not really responsive to me either. And like walking by objects like that motorcycle, she's turning and like kind of trying to sniff it so she gets behind me. So what I'm going to do, it's similar to what I did yesterday with Sam for come. It's called drive, and we're going to use drive a little bit differently here with her with the heel. What it is I'm going to have treats in my hand. Oops. And that one that rolled out there. Go get it, Mary. Get it. That's a freebie for her since I dropped it. I'm going to have treats in my hand, and I'm going to be running backwards. And that's just to get her pumped up, get her really paying attention to me. And as I'm running backwards like this, I'm just going to turn to my side and keep running like that so she's walking on my left side. And that is something good to do, you know, here and there a few times when you're practicing your healing, just to keep her jazzed up about it and practice her staying up super close to you, far enough in front, and also you know, just to get her head up so she's paying more attention to you. So Mary, come here. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Come on, Mary. Come on. Good girl. Good girl. Come on. Mary. Come on, Mary. Come on. Good girl. Come on. Good girl. Good job. Good job, Mary. All right, that was really good. as you could see there, she had a bit more pep in her step and was paying attention a bit better. And so when I stopped, it was just a simple move of my hand and she automatically sat, which is great. She's done really well so far. I'm really proud of her. So make sure you keep up the practice with her. This was Rachel and Mary, and we are working on healing.